that's considered the marketing savior for the sport.
So many people were also painting her out to be the problem. She could never do enough. She could never speak out.
Some WNBA players have expressed dissatisfaction with Caitlin Clark's recent offer from a European team. They feel that, given their experience and years in the league, they too should be receiving higher value contracts and recognition.
Game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all.
Caitlin Clark's move overseas could have serious effects on the WNBA. She's set to become the highest paid women's basketball player, a recognition many feel she's earned. In a new league, she might finally get the respect she deserves, away from rivals who seem more focused on her setbacks than her success.
Reality, it wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops, who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave.
Why would Caitlin Clark want to stay in a league where even her fellow players seem to turn on her? Following recent headlines, Nalissa Smith was seen laughing with DJ Carrington about the viral eye poke incident, raising questions about the atmosphere Clark is expected to thrive in.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye. You're an 8-year-old. You did. I did not poke you. Did you do it on purpose? I did not poke you in the eye. Did you do it on purpose?
That's Caitlin Clark's own teammate we're talking about. J.A. Carrington was seen mimicking Clark, saying, "Did you do it on purpose?" mocking the eye poke incident. Meanwhile, her team has shown little public support for her, instead highlighting Nalissa Smith's season on social media, with no acknowledgement of Clark's situation.
Has an even bigger reason to go now.
It's clear some players in the league don't want Caitlin Clark there, and now even her own teammates seem to be making fun of her. Taking the EuroLeague offer might be the right choice. The WNBA may not realize what they've lost until she's gone.
Wonder if Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place. It's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Caitlin Clark's potential contract with a European team isn't just another career move. It highlights a deeper disparity in the opportunities available to WNBA players. Her ability to attract major international attention so early in her professional career has sparked strong reactions across the league. While many veteran players have worked for years without receiving similar recognition, Clark's rapid rise has shifted the spotlight. Even A'ja Wilson, one of the most prominent names in women's basketball, hasn't seen the kind of overseas offers Clark is now fielding.
Saying it wasn't to the degree of Caitlin Clark being on that basketball court and people watching her, but nevertheless, rising tide lifts all.
The frustration over Caitlin Clark's move isn't just about her signing with a European team. It's about what it means for the rest of the WNBA. A'ja Wilson, a top player and two-time MVP, believes that being MVP should lead to the best contracts and recognition. But now, Caitlin Clark, who is newer to the pro game, is getting offers that someone like A'ja might expect, highlighting a disconnect in how players are valued.
A lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chene. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation.
A'ja Wilson's frustration runs deeper because it highlights a tough truth. Skill and achievement don't always translate to financial rewards in the WNBA. While Caitlin Clark was still in college, her games were filled with eager fans. But despite being the MVP, A'ja hasn't drawn the same crowd at the WNBA level.
The reason 12 million people are watching ESPN for a game, if that game was on CBS, they probably would have had 25, 30 million people watching that game.
D.A. Carrington's tension with Caitlin Clark is clear. After the eye poke incident that gave Caitlin a black eye, Carrington mocked her instead of apologizing. This shows a deeper resentment that has been building for a while. Although Carrington is a skilled player, she hasn't reached Caitlin's level of fame or success. That has caused bitterness, especially as Caitlin's quick rise feels like her hard work is being overlooked.
The most watched WNBA games in over 2 decades. What does that tell you? That tells you that before Caitlin Clark came along, it wasn't nearly as popular. It doesn't mean it wasn't growing in popularity over the last 2 to 3 years. But 3 years ago, WNBA was an afterthought.
What's troubling is that Carrington seems to enjoy Caitlyn's injury instead of apologizing. Her mocking shows it's more than just rivalry, it's personal. Carrington's disrespect has been a problem for Caitlyn in the WNBA. Alyssa Thomas also joined in, laughing about Caitlyn's injury with her girlfriend. This lack of empathy is surprising from professional players. This behavior shows a bigger issue in the league. Instead of support, Caitlyn faces hostility from some teammates. The injury became a symbol of the challenges she deals with.
And impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlyn's being used as a pawn. Caitlyn didn't bring systems to the WNBA. This has been.
Caitlyn Clark's frustration isn't just with other players. It's with her own team, the Indiana Fever. A team should support each other, especially when someone gets hurt. But after Caitlyn's injury, the Fever didn't publicly stand by her or acknowledge what happened. Instead, they focused more on other players. This shows a bigger problem in the team. If a star player like Caitlyn isn't getting support from her teammates or coaches, it says something's wrong. Feeling alone or unprotected by your own team is tough for any player, especially someone as talented as Caitlyn.
I gotta say, is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's not. That's wrong, Molly.
Monica,
that's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like
it's
five
excuses.
top players.
It's excuses,
Am I right?
Molly. It's
Major
excuses.
Injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Listen, excuse me. Go. It's her against Caitlyn Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses.
Stephen
you
A.
got there.
Wait a
no, no, I want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you, if Georgetown
Becker,
get back in the mix, I'm gonna be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckerson basically missed 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking about Caitlyn Clark the way we are.
Feeling unsupported can hurt a player's confidence and happiness. For Caitlyn Clark, it makes her question if the WNBA and Indiana Fever are the right fit. Why stay where her own team doesn't back her? This is one reason she might choose to play in Europe, where she could earn more and get the support she deserves.
This noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlyn.
The WNBA has struggled to compete with other leagues, and losing Caitlyn Clark, who brings in fans, could be a big blow. If she goes to Europe, other top players might follow. This could leave the league with fewer stars and hurt its growth. Caitlyn's departure might start a decline for the WNBA.
They got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped, the ratings dropped. If the WNBA is more, it is, and I get it. Why aren't people watching?
That have been calling for the equality, and now that there is the chance for them to start getting paid more because the exposure's up. Because it's her, you have people like, what's her name, Jamelia Hill or what? I can't stand her. Yeah. You got these women who are coming on here and they're saying it's because
Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now. Immediately, absolutely.